Mm. Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good afternoon. Everything in between. Wow, so enough about this Texas weather situation. It was cold as hell yesterday and wet. Now it's what? A little over 61 degrees and sunshine. Not even 24 hours later. But yeah, really quickly, I want to talk to y'all about this whole Morgan Wallen situation, the country singer. Y'all, his sisters was saying they posted he trending and everything dealing with him and this little racial slur he used. His sister saying, well, basically the gist of what she's saying, I'm putting it in my own words. She don't think that him using that racial slur should define him or get him canceled. Of course you gonna say that. My response to that is, of course she gonna say that. Y'all raised in the same goddamn household by the same goddamn people. So then he only acting the way he was raised. And by me saying that, it's because this motherfucker I'm sorry y'all, but his parents, I don't know them. Never ever met him or his parents or anybody associated with him. But 9 times out of 10, if he's any kind of racist or close to it, or he feels like it's just okay to just say whatever the fuck he want to say, and I don't know why I came to that early up here. I normally come at 5 or twice, but if he feel like it's that cute to say what he want to say and he can get away with it, he been doing it for years 9 times out of 10, and that's how he was raised. He was raised like that. So yeah, it's his parents' fault. I mean, I feel bad for his child. They have to be raised with a parent who has those views. Now, some parents push how they feel and what they think about other people. They push that off on their children, their beliefs and ideas and what they think about other people. Their kids tend to end up thinking the same goddamn way too. So, excuse me, if you got a set of parents that's racist, 9 times out of 10, their kids are gonna think the same way too, until they get to the point where they old enough to think for themselves and to actually meet people and get enough time to be around a lot of different people, and they can build their own mind and think what they want to think. Y'all got hair all on my glasses. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I say, of course Morgan Wallen's sister gonna side with him. What sister ain't gonna side with their sibling? Or what sibling ain't gonna side with their other sibling? But in certain situations, you need to read the whole entire situation that happened. Either I would say, if that would have been me and my brother said some racial stuff like that, I wouldn't have said nothing at all. I'm not getting in it. I'm not speaking on it. All I'm going to say, if somebody asks me, that's him. He's a grown man. And yeah, what he said was wrong. And he know what he said was wrong. But other than that, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't me. That's him. He's a grown man. He can fend for himself. He can pay his own consequences. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I got my life to live. He got his life to live. I still love him. I'm always going to love him. He my brother, whatever. But yeah, for her to actually be like, and honestly, I think, this is my opinion, I think Kelsey Ballerini is on his side too. But see, that one racial remark or slur or whatever goes to show you how it goes to show you how some of your favorite country singers really are. How some of your favorite country singers really think, and what their mind really is. Because Ain't nobody just gonna sit up there and say something racial or use a racial slur and know the state of the world we've been in for the past, 50, 60, 70 some years. And what's going on in the world now, as far as like everything dealing with the whole racist and racism thing. But once again, he needs a Morgan Wallen, and people like him need a filter. They need to know, okay, I can't just go open up my mouth, regardless of what the situation is or what I was doing. I can't just go and say anything or the first thing that comes to my mind just because I can say this with my homeboys, or I can say this to the people who's closest to me and they understand me. Everybody's not going to understand you. Everybody don't want to understand you. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody don't know you outside of, and know you as close as your family know you. So you can't possibly think that, oh, it's okay. I talk like this with my homeboys and when I'm around my family. But you're a celebrity. We don't know you like that. Personally, we don't. Me, personally, I can tell myself, I don't care to know him like that. Certain things you just don't say. Certain things that you do say around your homeboys when you're drunk, or when you at home with your parents, or when you just at home with your significant other, or just by yourself. Some things you just keep to your damn self. But on the other hand, I've seen somewhere where somebody tweeted, I don't remember the girl's name or whatever. I don't know if she's a celebrity or not. But she kept saying, well, she hears more apologies from Morgan Wallen than she do any new music. And that says a lot in itself. That whole tweet says a lot more about him than he wanted to. He should want it to. Then he's saying it's because, as usual, he gonna find an excuse for why he said what he said. Most people say stuff like that. They find an excuse for why they said what they said instead of just not saying it, or just apologizing and actually living up to your apology and don't do that shit again. But see, my whole thing is, it don't matter. Like they always say, like my mom always told me, a drunk mouth speaks a drunk man, or drunk mouth, one of them, speaks a sober heart. So by him claiming, blaming it on the fact that he was drunk when that happened, that's how he really thinks. So that means he's really racist. Imagine the things he don't say. If he's willing to throw out the N-word and be racial and say racial slurs like that, imagine the stuff that he don't say when he not drunk. That shit that he do, that the stuff that he do keep to himself and that he don't say, is a hell of a lot worse than the stuff that he did say. And then too, this might sound like I'm being blind to the fact or whatever, but I don't see how can you be racist when you got all these, I guess you would call them co-workers if he was really working. You got all these other country artists around you that's black, like Jimmy Allen, Darius Rucker, rest in peace, Mr. Charlie Party, and those are just the ones I could think of off the top of my head. Mickey Guyton, she's black. You got other black country singers that's mainstream, some that's not even mainstream. But like I said, it goes back into what I say, whether you drink or not, you smoke or don't smoke, you get high or don't get high. Some things you should not say. Some things you should think, oh, let me think about this before I say it. If he was to think about it and be like, oh, if I say this, it's going to lead into me possibly losing everything I got, people hating me not having no money, me not being able to make no money, I'm getting dropped from my record label, my merch is not selling, stuff like that along those lines. He would have not, possibly, if he would have thought like that, he wouldn't have said it. But it all goes into, for me, he knew what he was doing. I personally wouldn't blame that on him being drunk, because like I said, a drunk man or drunk mouth speaks a sober heart. That's really how this man feel. And just imagine the things that he didn't say. It goes back into, that's how this man was raised, because you can't just one day pop up, oh, I'm racist. Or you take a child and they born racist. I believe in my heart. Everybody entitled to their own beliefs, but I believe in my heart. Nobody's born racist. You're taught to be racist. You're taught to say racial things that you say. You're told to be this way. You're told to not like this certain group of people. You're told to not hang with this type of person. You're told to look at this person, paint this person and that demographic of people, that race of people, all with the same brush, just because you have one bad experience with one person of that color. So everybody got to be that same way. Everybody of that race, that group, that demographic is all the exact same way. When that's not true. Because you got good and bad in every race. You got good Asians, you got bad Asians. You got white people, Caucasians, that my teacher always told me to call them Caucasians and not white people. That's the proper way to say it. Okay, you got good and bad Asian people. You got good and bad Caucasian people. You got good and bad black people. You got good and bad Mexican people. It's just, you don't have to associate with the people who are racist. Just stay away from them as best you can. Like they say, racism never stopped. It's been an ongoing thing for 50, 60, 70 years. It just took a back seat. It ain't that much. Like I told my uncle, it's not that much spotlight being showed on racism now as it was back then. We don't have the right people shining the light on it, or not. We don't have as many of the right people showing the spotlight, shining the spotlight on racism. And then you got crime in every race being committed by the person of the same race with them, as well as crime being committed on people from other races. So take these apartments and the management in these apartments as an example, and everything I've said over the years that I've been living here about them. Like I say, my situation over here, you got some good and bad Hispanic people. My situation with me dating black guys, you got some good and bad in every. There's some good guys and some black guys. I'm ran into both of them. Some good black guys and some bad black guys. I haven't really dated too many Caucasian people, but I've been friends with a lot of them. You got some good, you got some nice ones, you got some bad ones. So it's good and bad in every race. But it's racial people. It's some racist people in every race as well. Trust me, I done dated a black guy that's racist towards every other race, but he wants to canoodle and lay up with, I'm trying to find a nicer, better way of saying it, with every race, but he don't like every other race. He'll talk bad about the next race of people, but want to be respected by that same race. That's not how life works, sweetie. You can't, like I said, with the situation I was going through yesterday, you can't disrespect somebody for whatever reason. The reason don't matter. You cannot disrespect somebody and expect for them people to always want to kiss your ass and respect you, and you expect for them to respect you back. That's not how life goes. That's not how life works. But you got people out there that thinks like that, that think that's how life should be. And I know plenty of people that think like that. But yeah, I'm finna go in this house. I'm in this video right here. I don't want to get too long. Y'all have a blessed day, and just know that there's racist people everywhere you go. There's racist people in every race. There's good people and bad people in every race. It's not just one specific type of person. It's not just one specific type of group of people that's all bad. And it's not one specific type of people that's all good. Or one specific race that's better than the other. We all got good and bad in us. But all I know is for me, and I can speak for myself, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. You disrespect me, you get disrespected back. You treat me with respect and be nice to me, I'm going to do the same to you. It just, to me, that's how I live my life. It is how it is. You treat people how you want to be treated. I'm going to leave this right there. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.